This Earth of yours will be reduced to a burned-out cinder.
Real wrath of God type stuff.
Biblical. No, not yet.
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
I came here to give you these facts.
Dogs in camp, living together. Mass hysteria.
We're going to live on. Today, we celebrate.
Flabbergasted by the Audacity.
I have a pretty funny story. So, I don't know how I could transform it into like words of wisdom, because there is some wisdom in there. I guess it's like, you know, maybe always ask for like a second opinion or something. That could be somewhat of the word. Anyways, as everyone has, we all have bank cards, and we have branches that we go to when we have to deal with maybe opening up an RSP or a TFSA and stuff. So one of the guys that I play ball hockey with happens to work for the same bank that I bank with, and he had helped out my dad with some stuff, and I said, you know what, maybe he can help me. Maybe, so my credit card, there's no like points. I don't like accumulate any points or anything like that. So I'm thinking maybe there's a card out there that they had that offers better services. So I went to go see him today, and doing that, we're figuring that whole system out, and I agreed on a card that gives you like 2% back on all gas, groceries, drugstore stuff. But that's pretty good. And then while he's doing everything, he goes, wait a second, hold on. I go, what? He goes, you overpaid a credit card that's been canceled. Like the card expired. I go, yeah, my old Visa card. He's like, yeah, but you overpaid $1,700. I was like, I'm sorry, what? He was like, yeah, like we owe you $1,700. I'm going, what? He's like, yeah, like we can go, like you're entitled to that money. And I'm going, and nobody told me. I've been going to the financial broker. I want to say I've seen the other guy that lives closer to my house 3 or 4 times. That motherfucker never said shit about $1,700 on my account. But this guy finds it. So I think what might have happened was, when the card expired, I got in a new card, but like I changed, like it wasn't a scene card. I got like a brand new credit card that was a low interest rate credit card basically. And I think when I was paying off the card, because the card was pretty high, I got like a credit line. I think when I paid it, I accidentally might have clicked on the wrong card. So the card got canceled, took the money with it, and just sat there. So I was like, oh, okay. So basically I'm $1,700 richer. I didn't even know about it. So I'm gonna get that money hopefully sometime next week. So what I'm saying is, always ask for a second opinion, because you never know. You might find out some stuff that you didn't know that you had beforehand.
Awesome. So, what are you gonna do with it?
Put it on my credit card.
Oh my god.
Most likely. Well, I'll probably like on my credit line too, and I'll probably put the remaining in my savings for sure. So
okay.
I'll be definitely smart with the money.
I understand.
But you wanna know who isn't smart with their money? Is everyone else? No, I'm kidding. But
you're not wrong.
No, honestly, I'm not wrong. I'm laughing, but I'm not actually laughing, because the economy is in complete turmoil. But we'll get into that another time. But do you have any words of wisdom?
You know, I like to write notes during the week, so when the episode comes up, I can do it.
You ready?
And yeah, I have it prepared. But the problem is, what I wrote down, it's like, it's supposed to be like a reminder, right? Like a quick little, don't forget to say this. Well, what I wrote down, I don't remember what I meant by it.
They have no clue.
So what all it says is Dad's barbecue, and I'm like, okay. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
So yeah, so my words of wisdom are Dad's barbecue.
Okay, well, Dad's barbecue. Well, then we'll get into this week's episode. This is Flabbergasted by Audacity. I'm Jamal.
And I'm Patrick.
And I want to talk to you about my new favorite president. I think this is a really cool story. The Uruguay president, he died a couple days ago. But I think this is probably, if not, one of the most realist presidents I think I've seen in a long time. So this president took no salary. He refused the salary that you get as president.
You know who also did that?
Or who?
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump refused the salary. Like, he's fucking rich. I hope he refused the salary. I'll have to look into that. I'm curious to see if he actually refused it. He refused the whole salary.
Yeah, both
The
times. Both times.
Okay. I'll look into that for sure. What he also did was he drives himself around in a Volkswagen Beetle, like a 1990 like Volkswagen Beetle, has no like.
Isn't that illegal? I thought like
No,
as the president
no.
you have to have protection or something.
No, you
No?
don't have to. It's just the U.S. president, I guess, has to, but for him, I guess he doesn't have to. He lived in a small house. Didn't live in the building. Didn't live in the White House. He or whatever presidential building they had. He lived in a small building with his wife. He went to grocery stores like everyone else did, and he basically wanted to live as poor as you could in his country, so you can better understand it to help. Basically, is what he did. My favorite part was when he was, I think, he was diagnosed with a certain type of cancer or something like that. But when he got sick, all the other presidents around the world offered to fly him out wherever he needed to get the best medicine needed, and he refused. He refused, and he went to his local hospital and waited, was like everybody else, until he was seen, and he was treated for a little bit, but unfortunately it wasn't enough, and he succumbed to whatever diseases he had, and he died.
See,
But I
like,
think that's
you had me up until the end there, because I feel like at that point you just should have just cashed in all of his generosity right then and there and be like, you know what, I think I deserve this. Give me the best treatment, you know?
I mean, I get what you mean, and I mean you are right. I think at that point we're like, listen, like I think people like me enough to where I can go out and do this. I can go out and do this and get that treatment. But I think he wanted to be true. I think he really loved his country, and I think he really wanted to try and help his country to be the best that it could. And I can really respect that. I can really respect him going to that degree. So I think
However, had he gotten better treatment, he could have lived longer, maybe even been healthy
could've.
for longer, and served
He
his
could've.
country for longer.
I guess, but maybe he felt like, you know, this is my time. I mean, I gotta give him credit where it's due in the sense of following the status quo for him. He was like, listen, I'm just an ordinary citizen like you that you've elected to lead, but I want to still understand better how to help. And I think that's a really sweet message.
No, I absolutely agree. I just think at that point, like in the end, like, come
Yeah,
on.
I think I would have too. I would have been like, listen, okay, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna go to Brazil and get the good shit. But yeah, but no, it's but you know what person does need to go to Brazil or wherever the fuck to get some good treatment? Joe Biden.
Oh, I was gonna say,
Joe.
speaking of presidents that are dying.
Yeah. Joe Biden needs to. But I mean, I know it's an aggressive form of prostate, but do you have more information about it? I didn't really sit down with it too much.
It's a pretty advanced state, so like he's done for, mind you.
Yeah.
He was barely like intelligible, anyways.
Yeah.
However, like always, people are saying it might be fake because if you look at the doctor, that's that person's been known to lie, and they're like not well trusted in the community or something. And
Yeah,
they're also saying that it could be drummed up just so he gets pity points, so he doesn't get in trouble for any of the shady shit he did during his presidency.
Oh boy, I mean, to that degree, that's fucking crazy.
No, exactly. At that point, I'm like, I hope they didn't do that, because that's fucked up. But at the same time, they did a ton of shit that was fucked up during his presidency, like the laptop thing, the cocaine thing, the money from Ukraine, and what was it? Was it Israel? I think it was. No, it might have been China. But anyways. So it was all that stuff stacking up, and it's like, is this cancer real? So I'm like, oh, okay.
I mean,
would they
you to lie to like that
stoop that low,
degree,
you know?
Yeah. I don't think
crazy.
so.
I
think
hope
he
not.
just has cancer. I think he just has cancer. I'm pretty sure.
Because that's the thing, though, Jamal. Because it was like, why would they lie about his health? They lied about his health for the past 3 years.
The what?
For his mental faculties.
Yeah, I mean, if you did. Fraction to be like, oh, like, you know, I did all this bad Like to that degree, again, I wasn't politically as invested with Biden as I am with Trump. So in terms of the money to Ukraine, all this stuff, I don't know. I can't speak on that because I wasn't really invested when he was around as president because I couldn't listen to him. I couldn't listen to him. It's like watching someone with ADHD talk, but there's like subway surfers in the corner of his eye, so he can't really focus so much on the camera. So I can't watch him. But I hope it's not to that degree. If he does have cancer, I hope he does get treatment. It'd be nice, but if it's aggressive and as old and frail as he is, boy, I doubt he'll be living very long because of that. Did you read President Trump's tweet about it?
No, what did it say?
Yeah, it's the most bullshit thing I've ever seen. The guy's like, "Oh, we're so saddened to hear." I'm like, "Yeah, fuck off."
How do you know?
The,
What did he say?
well, I didn't read the whole tweet, but reading the tweet, how Trump usually talks, like there's a lot of capital letters, right? There's a lot of like
like in most old people, the way they text, all caps. Oh my god.
But it's just the way it was written didn't sound like him. It didn't sound like the Trump that I've become to know. Basically, it looked very, I wouldn't say a Chat GPT written, but it didn't look like he wrote it himself. This looked like he said, this PR team probably said, "Hey, listen, probably in good standing, we should say something," and he goes, "Okay, then write something down, and then send it for me," basically, because I read it and I'm going, "Yeah, this is not Trump. He would not talk like this." It didn't sound like him at all. You know what, when you know someone for so long, and then they text you, and you're like, "Huh, that's weird. That person never really texts in this type of form." Like, we all have our own kind of style of like writing and talking, right? So for him, the way that message came out, I read it. I can't remember where it is, and I don't want to go on his fucking website to find it, because he posts every fucking hour. So it's like, to find it, I don't have the time. But anyways, didn't look like him. Funny that he wrote it anyways. I wanted to read the comments on Twitter just to see, like, I love reading Twitter comments about presidents because it's always like either they're so for him or they're so just want to fucking kill him.
There's
like
never
one or
any
the
comments
other.
that say like, "He's doing all right."
Yeah, no,
There's
like
never any
far,
middle
it's
ground.
far extreme. It's far extreme, both sides, every single time. It's so funny. I love it. But speaking of other old men, so the king is finally coming to Canada. The king of England, UK. He's coming to Canada.
Who is even the king of England right now? I don't even know.
King George.
Is that the old dude who everyone made fun of?
Yeah,
Isn't
the
he
old guy.
like a walking corpse?
Basically, yeah. He's about as old as Biden, to be honest.
Really?
If not older. Yeah, he's an old guy. But he's coming to Canada for the first time.
Ever?
To deliver. Yeah, because when Queen Elizabeth died,
Type of fucking king is that?
over.
This is what I mean though, because they always talk about how like the king and queen of England are like big deal in North America. It's like, are they really though?
They're not the biggest. They're bigger in the UK than they are over here.
I don't know why, but
But-
like, older people, like my mom, she's obsessed with them, and I don't
Really?
know. I don't know where that comes from. I maybe from the Diana thing.
It could, well, not the other thing, but I think that generation, we were closer. We were definitely closer to the king and queen. I want to say during the baby boomer generation, maybe that's why she still has like an attachment to that. He's still a very big significant figure, to say the least. Like, he's still, in terms of status, like, we are still considered a commonwealth of the British, whether we like it or not. We can be as independent as we want. We are allowed to make our own decisions, but at the end of the day, if you go, what is Canada to the rest of the world? They are a country that is the Commonwealth of Britain, basically. The British. But yeah, I think what's so funny is, of course, the Québécois, the Black Québécois who will be in Parliament when Parliament resumes, are so defiant. They're like, "Oh, we're not gonna be there because Quebec does not identify with the rights of the British." I'm like, are you a part of Canada? Yes or no? Yes, we are. Therefore, you're a part of the British. So shut the fuck up, sit your ass down, and let the old man talk. Let the old senile guy talk, okay? they're so like, oh no, we don't want it, and all this stuff. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, like it's so fucking annoying to hear these blood Quebecois French guys always fucking talking all the fucking time. But I do have a funny story to share. This will be the last election story, hopefully for a long time. In the riding of Terrebonne, I think I spoke about it last week. But in the riding of Terrebonne, right here in Quebec, the Liberals won by a singular vote, right? And what happened was there's a woman who voted for the Bloc Québécois and did a mail-in ballot, but it incorrectly filled out the form, so it was sent back to her. So Jamal, basically, yes.
You told the story last week. Has it been
I did. Okay, good. That's what
Okay.
the only development was they took it to court, and as of right now, it's very quiet. So I'm not hearing anything, which is fantastic. So I'm very happy because apparently, Elections Canada does not deem it enough for a recount because they've already recounted twice. So like we did it twice, they won by a vote. We're not gonna do it again. So too bad, so sad. Basically, is what they're saying. So I'm like, I love it. I fucking love that so much. So very happy about that. What else did you have, Patrick? I'll let you talk for a little bit here.
Okay. You're a fan of The Last of Us, right?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Did you play the second game?
I did, unfortunately.
You did?
I fucking did.
That's crazy.
Yeah, unfortunately, but yes, I did.
I want everyone listening to know that it's actually crazy for Jamal to play games. Most of the time,
And
he
not
just
watch
watches
games.
people play them.
I did. That was one of the few games because that was one of the driving forces of why I bought a PS4. Was because I wanted to play The Last of Us because it looked like such a cool and innovative game.
It was on
So
PS3 though, Jamal.
It was on PS3. I didn't get on PS3.
It was
I know
one of the
I got
last
on PS4.
PS3 games.
Okay, well I know, but I think they used it as a starter, right? Like for like the PS4, like hey, buy PS4.
Yeah.
This is exclusively a PS4 game.
When I got my PS4, it came with the Last of Us remastered.
There you go. Okay, so there you go. But yeah, no, I played both of them. Why?
Are you aware they made a television show?
My mom's been It's so funny because my mom was been watching the television show. So once he told me about it, I go, yeah, it's a video game. She goes, really? I'm like, yeah. Like, I told my mom, I said, I wonder if they're gonna have the balls to follow the story the way that the video game does it. Because the video game, the second game, I fucking hate it. I hate the ending.
Well, that's why I was curious. Like, you just said that would they have the balls to do it? I'm like, I don't think I'd use that expression to describe continuing with that story. I think, if anything, it'd be, are they smart enough to avoid that?
Well, see, and this is where it's like, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I'm going, you are basing this off the video game, right? You are basing the story off the video game. Me, as much as I hated how that game ended, I think if you wanna be true, if fans of the video game are watching the show, I would be upset if you change the story, because I'm going, you said you're gonna follow the game, follow it to the end. Even though I hated it, follow it to the end. I want to see it in live action.
So you wouldn't want them to change it and make it better?
No, because then you're not. And now you said it's based off of the video game, but it's not exactly the video game, and you have different characters. Then whatever, fuck, do whatever the fuck you want to do. But if you're following it T to T, and so far they've been following it T to T, and that's the way that
heavily debatable. But have you been watching it with your mom, or are you just like?
I've not been watching. Well, yeah, glance all like
Yeah.
I watched. For those who haven't played the game or watched the show, spoilers alert. I watched how they killed Joel because I wanted to see if they're going to do it the exact same way. But by the way, Abby does not look. Abby looks 12.
Dude, I'm so. When they announced the casting of Abby, I was like, oh no, because I really like that actress. She's been in a lot of great things before, and when I saw the cast, I'm like, no, your career. Your career, no.
They're gonna fuck you over. I mean, yeah, okay, she's gonna be a hated character, but Abby in the video game is supposed to be like a 35-year-old butch lesbian. Yeah. This is a 14-year-old girl. So that part kind of threw me off. I was like, eh. And even, I'll be honest, I don't really like the choice of Ellie. Ellie doesn't have a big forehead.
Have you seen the memes? Ever since
her
Joel died, the memes have been out of control. Everyone's calling her Potato. Everyone's putting her face on other people's faces.
Yes, it doesn't matter. Joel, I gotta say, was the only one. Pedro, they did a really good job.
I cannot stand Pedro. I hate it.
The, as an actor or just as
As a
the role that
person, he's
playing?
even worse. But as Joel, I just don't think it fits. I would have preferred someone akin to like a Josh Brolin type, something like that.
I don't think he did have bad. He didn't do terrible. I don't think he did amazing. But I don't think he did terrible. But I mean, of course, obviously, listen. In the video game, they are able to design the characters to their liking, right? We don't have that ability to do that in real life. But I
Yeah,
think
but
they
you
could have
you
done
can still cast
better.
accordingly.
Yeah. You still could have cast it better. I'm not
Yeah.
saying. I'm not giving them a free pass and going, oh, like they fucked. When I saw Ellie, I'm going, that's who they chose.
Yeah, and when they were setting up the show, I was like, oh, I might check this out. And then I saw the casting,
Yeah.
I'm like, Pedro, eh. And then I saw what's her name playing
Ellie?
Ellie, and I'm like, nope.
Yeah, no. I
Definitely.
thought I was like, not
It's like
interested.
your two main characters, and you both chose, like, in my opinion, bad casting for both. Because, like, Pedro you
Yeah.
can debate, but for her, I think it was absolutely wrong.
No. Ellie, I think I would have still stuck it through for Pedro. Like I would be like, alright, cool, whatever. But Ellie just doesn't. Like I get it. In terms of her attitude, it's very similar to Ellie. Ellie does have like a smart mouth. I like how she. I think how she plays the role is not bad. It's just unfortunately her facial features don't match Ellie's facial features. Ellie was a very slim girl, had a very small face, very pointy chin. That's a potato.
Well, everyone said, that's what
You know?
everyone said the Ellie design in the game is based off of the actress Ellen Page, formerly Ellen Page, now Elliot Page.
Yeah.
And she was attractive when she was a woman, you know.
Yeah.
And now she's
Yeah.
a
Very
depressed
attractive.
dude who can't get work because
Yeah.
you know.
I don't know. I just wasn't really down to watch it. I just wanted to see the killing of Joel. Cause I was like, let's see if they're gonna do it, and they did it. I was like, okay, cool. I told my mom, I go enjoy it. You won't like the ending, but enjoy it.
That's what I want to talk about because since that happened,
Yeah.
the gamers saw it coming, but all the casual people who just watch the show because it's a show,
I have no fucking clue. Yeah.
they were
Doing
like,
great.
they were what the fuck? That's awful. So that episode is the lowest rated episode of the series so far.
Yeah, but
And
okay, but listen,
viewership has dropped, and everyone's like,
Yeah.
"So we told you."
well,
you didn't do anything.
viewership has dropped. I think there's a big fucking wave of women who fucking are in love with Pedro Pascal. So I think the
They
fact that
didn't
he's
show
no
up. Though.
longer
They didn't.
in the
Oh,
show.
you're saying because since Pedro died, the women were like,
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah,
Is
from
you
what
think
I
he's
know.
that much of a pull? I don't
Yeah,
think he
dude.
is.
Yes, he does, Patrick.
No
I'm telling
way.
you right now, buddy. I'm telling you. My girlfriend is like, oh, Pedro, like she knows right away, like who that is.
Actually?
Dude, he's in everything. Yeah, no, I'm telling you. Go online and like look up like Pedro Pascal memes. Like he's all over the fucking place. This guy.
Well, I know
He
he
did a,
got that meme with Nicolas Cage from The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, where they're in the car and they makes the funny face, and Nicolas Cage
there's
is like,
that one.
Yeah.
He's in an AirPod commercial for Mac. He's he's all over the place. He's Fantastic Four. He's Mr. Fantastic.
That's
It's
one
like
of the reasons I hate him. He's all over. I see him too often. It's reminding me of The Rock in the late 2010s. He was just everywhere too
he's
much.
all over the place. He's all over the place. But I will say, like, if the viewership draws and the rating draw, like, listen, like, I'm sorry. At the end of the day, I think even in the second game, if they would have let me kill Abby, my whole vision of the second game would have been a bit different. Cause I still would have been upset. I still don't like the fact that they kill off Joel. Cause I'm like, fuck, what a big character. That's a big hole.
Well, that's the thing,
for
though,
Ellie's
'cause a
film
lot
in
of
the
people,
second game.
a lot of people, including myself, wouldn't have minded Joel dying. It's how he died and when he died, because he died
Yeah,
so
if you-
early in the game, and the fact that it happened out of nowhere with like very little build up, and it's by some butch-looking lesbian woman. You're just like, this is just awful. You're just taking my character and raping him in front of me, and it's not even like earned. Because you can have satisfying deaths of your favorite characters. You've seen it in other mediums, like Iron Man. Him dying, everyone's like,
Iron Man.
it's sad and we miss him and all that as a character, but it was incredibly well done, and you could have done something similar for this case.
Or the last James Bond Inspector, the way that he died too. It's a beautiful ending, you know. So it's like I agree with you 1,000%. But you're right. Yeah, to take your favorite character and how they do it. Like there's no. Like I get it. I understand. Like I will say, if I'm The Last of Us and I'm making the second game, I think in their eyes, like, holy shit, look at this curveball we're about to throw at you, cause you never see it coming, right? You're like thinking, oh, okay, you saved this girl named Abby for like a couple of seconds. Next thing you know, she's fucking sculling your head in with a fucking golf club.
Well, do you
It's
remember
like,
before the game even came out, someone who
Yeah.
worked at Naughty Dog leaked it, and everyone was like, "There's no way they wouldn't do that. Nah, it's probably
exactly. So
fake,
it's like-
fake news." And they go to play the game.
Yeah.
It was fucking
Those are-
right, and I fucking hate it.
you know, so it's like, I get where you're coming from. The part that pissed me off about the game is the parts that you play as Abby. It's like the game tries to make you feel bad. I'm like, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't feel bad for this fucking bitch.
And
Just don't fucking play.
supposedly, I didn't play the game, and I never will, because fuck that.
Yeah.
But supposedly,
Yeah.
is it true that they make you, when you're playing as Abby, she like pets
Yeah.
dogs and shit, and she's like
Yeah, she's,
super
like-
nice?
She's like super friendly. She like helps the community out. You as she's trying to fucking escape from Ellie, you pass to another community that you help out and you help this person. I'm like, I don't fucking care. Like you try to make me feel bad for a character who just fucking skull fucked the best character, arguably the best character in the game. Like, nah, dude, I'm sorry. And that's why, like, the end, and that's the thing about the game, that they build you on this. They build you on Ellie fucking going through all this shit to get revenge, and you let her leave. The game won't even let you kill her. The game's like, nah, you have to understand to let go and forgive. Fuck that.
They should give the
I
option
want
at
to
that
kill that
point.
bitch.
They should give the
Yeah,
option.
listen. I think they should have done what they do with like the Walking Dead and stuff like that, like Detroit becoming human, and then you can pick. You know, you could choose.
Yeah, and
how-
that way
how
it
to
creates
game it.
like a possibility for replay
Yeah,
value.
and then
right? So,
exactly, and if some people feel like they should let her go, then those people by all means go ahead.
not like
and let her go.
90%.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Would kill her immediately.
Oh, 100%. So it's like, I get what you're saying, Patrick. I understand, but I think as a gamer who's played the game and now has heard about the show, I would be a little bit upset if they went a different direction because of the fact that I'm going, you're saying you're gonna follow the game. Follow the game.
I don't get it. I don't understand how, like, someone who doesn't like how it was done in the game, and you're saying, do it again. Do it again so I could still not like it.
Well, not doing it again, but I'm going. I think it's one of those things where I'm gonna hold you to your word, because like look at The Walking Dead, the Telltale series of The Walking Dead. That was loosely based on the comic book, right? That one you can get away with different characters and different outlooks, and even then it becoming a TV show.
The idea of that was just that it took place in the same universe, not that it was like based off the
Yeah.
comic book, right? I think it took
Yeah.
certain story aspects. Because
Some of it,
the
or
series is massive, right? And it's not just
Yeah.
Rick and all the gang. There's like
Yeah.
separate arcs that go
Yeah.
on across the U.S. I think so.
But with that one, I feel like, you know, you have a bit more leeway. You could change the story to how you want to change it and whatever. But I felt like if you're gonna follow the game, follow the game. I get what you mean in the sense that make the video game, make the gaming community happy and change the ending. Who
that's the
knows?
thing,
We
though.
don't know.
That's the thing, though, Jamal. They're not just making. They wouldn't just be making the gaming community happy. They'd be making anyone happy, because
Okay, but-
if it's
okay,
tried
so
and
then-
true that people majority didn't like it, and therefore the game didn't
Yeah.
sell very well. Supposedly it sold about
Yeah.
a third of what the first game sold, which is a hell of a drop off for a sequel.
Yeah.
Typically in gaming, anyways, sequels do better because over time the technology gets better and the hype grows, right? So
Yeah,
The Last of
you're
Us Part 2 is a significant drop off.
Well-
That's why they're not getting a third game, and that's why
Story-
they're doubting their next project they're doing, the space one.
Yeah.
So
Well, story. Besides the story, gameplay-wise, to be 100% honest with you, there wasn't that much improvement. If I'm being really like honest, like 100%, the first game, like it was one of the few games that I played where like I don't play many games where I'm like searching and scavenging every nook and cranny for ammunition or anything like that. And I felt like in the first game they did that very well, and you're thinking, okay, the second game they're gonna upgrade that, and they didn't. It's the same type of gameplay format, and I think that's another reason why it was a big steep drop off in terms of sales, because there wasn't much. And then of course it was the very beginning of like this whole women inclusion into like video games, so then you get the whole like lesbian shit, and I'm like, okay guys, all right, I'm already chasing down a lesbian butch. I don't need to have Ellie be in love with another lesbian. Like, we're good. Like, we got one, we're good. You know, so it's like, it's one of those things where I get the story probably did have a significant impact, but the gameplay itself wasn't to that degree where I'm like, oh my god, wow, I cannot believe the game got better. Like, I've played the game, gameplay wise, I go, oh, okay, cool. Like, it's still the same game. Like, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. But I'm not like, holy shit, Patrick, the second game. And even like they tried to remaster it on PS5, and that's where me and Isaiah got that meme, the guitar free play.
Oh yeah.
Because what, you know, that they, you know, how they justify, you know, they say, oh, the graphics in this, and guys, guitar free play. I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pay $80 so I can play fake guitar in a video game? I'm not learning at that point, fuck. Like, what the hell? So, I get what you're saying, and who knows, they might listen to you, and they might change the ending, and I'll definitely want to watch the new ending. I want to see what they do.
I think at this point, if they killed Joel and all that, like in the game, they're pretty much guaranteed to do the same ending.
At the end of the day, I get what you mean, but I think for me, I'm standing by. I will give them their flowers and go, hey, listen, you knew this. You knew what was coming, and you followed through. I'll give you credit for that. But you knew what was coming if you followed the game tried and true. Because I'm assuming the person who is doing the show played the game or knows about the game.
They never do.
If they don't, then he's a fucking idiot. Because
I'm not 100% positive. I know the cast hasn't played the game because even like Pedro joked about it. I saw in an interview.
Okay.
But for most part, at least it's true for Disney projects, they discourage people from checking out the source material, which is insane.
That's fucking wild. But so then, if that really is the case, and that is what it is, then I'm sorry. I'm going. Listen, if I'm a director and I'm making a movie off of a video game, I want to know what the game is about. I want to know the game inside and out. And I'm going. If I'm looking, I'm going. This second game kind of garbage. I might just do one season. Or maybe I spread out into different directions. Maybe I do a little bit of the game, and now I kind of go in my own direction. I make my own story off of the game. Maybe, you know, they find a different avenue. But if I'm playing the game as a director and I play it and I go, oh, this second ending is garbage, but I'm gonna go all the way through, then you're an idiot. Then you're an idiot at that point.
Yeah.
You know. So we're gonna see. It's gonna be very interesting. I'm curious to see what direction
I'm curious
they
though,
go with.
what would happen in a season 3 then? Because the way the second game ends, Ellie just like wanders off into the woods with missing fingers or some shit.
Yeah, I don't know, but there were like talks about the third game. The third game got canceled, so
yeah.
I don't know. I guess we're gonna see. Besides that, you know, we all have phones, we all have bank cards, but the sun can get rid of that in minutes.
Talk about solar flares again?
Yeah, the solar flares.
We touched on that last week for some reason.
Yeah, I know, it's weird, huh? I remember we talked about it, and then just so happened this week, a big one hit Earth, hit a couple continents, Africa, Asia, bit of Europe also. So, very scary, man. It's very scary, and we have nothing. There's nothing we can fucking do.
So, are you saying that it knocked out communications and?
Yes, it knocked out. I don't remember exactly where, but like it hit pretty hard in like the Middle East, which is not many of those parts to be in, so it's fine. Exactly right. I was like, oh, it's okay, it's not that bad over there. But still, it's scary that for the outer regions, which was like, you know, a bit of Europe, a bit of Russia, it knocked out a lot of phones. Satellites were disrupted. A lot of debit cards weren't working. It's scary. It really is scary that if a solar flare were to hit Earth directly and it would be big enough, we would basically get sent back to the 1900s for like a good couple months.
Wait, when you say 1900s, do you mean like 1999? Because that's fine.
No, like 1970s. Like
that's landline.
No, it's not so terrible. No, I'm not saying Patrick prepare for a fucking apocalypse, but it would take an adjustment because cell phones would no longer work. I think landlines would still work because that's still connected by a cable. Yeah. So I think those would still be eligible.
Because even during the power outage, landlines still work, which is awesome.
Exactly right, which is great. You know, we will have to be carrying cash again. It would be an adjustment period basically before they can get it back.
I cannot stand carrying cash.
Well, if a solar flare were to hit, get ready to carry some cash.
Anytime I go shopping with my mom, she insists on paying for everything with cash. And
Okay, no, I wouldn't go to
and
like that.
she-
It's a little
the
crazy.
amount of time it takes for her to like count out her money, hand it to the person, that person has to recount it to make sure it's all there. The person has to
Oh
then give
God!
back the
Oh wait,
change.
is she doing it? She's doing exact, or she's doing like here's $100 and then
No,
whatever?
just exact. And
Oh no! I can't do that. No. Like if I have money in my wallet and I'm going somewhere, if I'm like, for example, the bill's like 65, and I have maybe I have 65, but like I have a 20 and loony and change. I'm giving you 80. I'm just giving you 80.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna fucking think about it. Like I'm giving you 80. You give me the change back, and we'll go off of that. But no, to do exact, no, you're crazy. I don't mind. Like if I have cash on me, I'll use the cash. But I'm not gonna
Well, that's
be
the
like
thing, because
it's
I hate change.
$22.95.
I hate change so much that if because usually like for birthdays and stuff I get cash from family members, right?
Yeah.
But I'll take the cash and be like, well, now I have to buy something that's more expensive than this total because otherwise I'll get change back that I'll never use.
Well, I do have. You don't have that in your car? Like I have a like a little coin area
Oh, I do.
in your car. Oh, okay.
You know, oh my god, you know what my mom started doing? Every time she gets in my car now, she leaves change there. And I'm like, why are you doing that? She's like, I don't know. I'm like, stop it. I now have like
No.
$3 in change there for no reason. I'm like, thank you. Mom."
No, see that I don't mind. For example, could I use some of it? I went to get a French fry at Harvey's, and instead of like using my card, I just took the 20s and loonies that I had in my little compartment.
Yeah.
And then every like 6 months, I'll bring in the house and I'll roll up like the quarters and dimes, whatever, and then I go to the bank in like a couple of years, and I just deposit it all. I get like about I get like $100. Cause I don't
Really?
can I wait like a good like 3-4 years? Like I don't go like every week. Cause I have like if I check here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 coins. Like I have like 3 quarters, I think 2 dimes, a nickel, 1 all rolled up. But I'll just leave it in there. Like I'll just let it build up for like a good like year or so, and then I'll just go to the bank real quick and be like, here, it's like 80, 90, 100 bucks, something like that.
That's good and nice and everything, but you really fucked up. I want you to know that right now.
Why?
Fries from Harvey's? Are you mad?
Fucking
They're awful.
all the whole story.
They're awful.
Okay, but that or McDonald's. I'm taking Harvey's. I hate
Really?
McDonald's French fries.
I
hate
prefer McDonald's.
God, no. My favorite French fries are Benny's because it's the pickle
Nah,
cuts.
nah.
What?
I don't trust you with French fries anymore. That's it.
What?
You're done.
Okay, what do you mean? Okay, which one's your favorite then? Go.
My favorite are
Yes.
the ones that come out fucking looking disgusting. They're brown. The oil hasn't been changed
Oh,
in a decade.
okay.
Those are
You-
delicious.
Yeah, you mean La Belle Provence?
Yeah.
Okay, those I'm saying in terms of like the French fries that are yellow. The brown ones, 10 on 10. The grease, oh, I love.
I
when
suck
when
them
go-
dry.
like me, but you know what's funny? You know what's fucked is that the La Belle Provence that's near on Tashro in over here, right? Those fries are thicker. Cause I went to La Belle Provence, I was going to like a buddy's place, and they wanted French fries, and there's like a La Belle close to them. I went to the French fries were so fucking small and tiny. I was like, the fuck? It's the same company,
What is
but
this?
they use different French fries. I was so confused. So no, I only go to that one, and when I get the bag, oh my god! In the car, I have to like contain myself. It smells so good. It smells so fucking good in my car. It's crazy. But no, I'm saying just the yellow French fries. Like if I'm naming like all like fast food, so like McDonald's, Burger King. Burger King has pretty good French fries. A&W, Wendy's, and Harvey's. Where are you ranking the best fries? Then you say McDonald's?
Out of those ones, I think
Yeah.
so. Wendy's was awful.
Wendy's are not very good. I feel like
Really?
Wendy's are always very cold.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure I mentioned this already, but one day I broke down. I was like, finally, I'm gonna try Wendy's. I've been meaning to try them forever. And
Okay.
I'm buying a bunch of shit. It cost about $60. It was a fat boy night, and it was disgusting. Half of it went in the garbage. Everything was just mediocre, disappointing. I was like, wow, never ordering from there again.
I had their chicken strips yesterday. They were actually
Those
surprisingly.
I got those too.
pretty good.
Those were the highlight. That was like the only. thing.
Yeah. No, those were actually. I was like, oh, these are actually like they're very fluffy, and they're long. Like there's like a lot for like 3. I was like, okay, this is actually like pretty decent. But everything else was pretty garbage. Not gonna lie,
Yep.
pretty shit. But yeah, no. So no, I get the whole coin thing for sure. But no, it's good to have it. You never know though. Sometimes Like you might be running into a scenario. Like I remember it happened to me. You know, it happened to all of them. Remember, there was a day, I think last summer, there was like a day where all debit cards were no longer working. There was a
Yeah.
error communication with Bell or Rogers, and I felt fucking helpless.
Mm.
I was like, wow, like it's crazy how heavily reliant we are on these pieces of plastic that I felt fucking helpless.
Yeah,
I
I
was
just
like,
stayed
what
home
the
that
fuck?
day.
Yeah, honestly, like, what do you do? What do you do? You can't do anything. It's nuts. So no, definitely, I agree with you with that one for sure. And I got one more thing. I'm not sure if you have anything else before I think I'll end it off with that. I'm just curious if you have anything.
I do. I got a. Did you see what was? You've been following Fortnite lately? At all?
God, no, I haven't.
I
I've
can't
forgot-
stop looking at it in disgust. The
In
the
disgust,
game
okay.
the game that essentially ruined shooters across the board.
Yeah.
Does nothing but retarded things now. So
Yeah.
I think it was last month they gave out a Sabrina Carpenter skin.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was
Oh.
like, this is so fucking cringe at this point. How do
Yeah.
I cannot believe we used to play and enjoy this
Because
game.
yes, I like to fucking get shot by Sabrina Carpenter. That's always,
Nothing like getting
beautiful
dapped
thing.
up by her.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, she's hot, but
Yeah.
I would not want to play her in like a shooter game. So
Yeah. Well, there's a new update again. I think it was 2 weeks ago or something. They added
Okay.
Darth Vader, but not as a playable character, but as an AI companion.
what? They have AI companions now?
And here's where it gets insane. Okay. Well, okay. First
Okay.
of all, just James Earl Jones is dead, right?
Yeah.
Well, he sold his voice for the use of Darth Vader in case Disney wanted to use him in any future projects.
Okay. That's
And
cool.
so
Fair.
naturally Disney was like, bet. And so they
Yeah.
allowed Fortnite to take his voice. So in game, you can talk to Darth Vader and he'll respond in character.
Okay.
First of all, that's awesome and scary.
Yeah.
Second of all, it went wrong, which should have been
It
obvious.
went wrong. Oh
Yeah.
my. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because
I can see it going
AI
wrong.
can be like manipulated into saying things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's been saying a lot of controversial stuff, like calling people the N-word or saying they suck at the game.
Yeah.
Or my favorite was someone asked Darth Vader to rank the Star Wars movies, and said the originals are the GOAT, the prequels are good, and as for the sequels, they do not exist. And
Yeah,
I was
no,
like,
basically.
yes,
Yeah, basically, yeah, no,
Yeah,
for
you-
sure.
Check it out though. There's a bunch of compilations of just Darth Vader talking shit in game. It's really funny, but at the same time, it's like that's not what James Earl Jones sold his voice for. That's kind of
Yeah, probably.
It's kind of fucked
Yeah,
up. But
yeah, but I guess you can say like you sold it, so you don't really know like.
yeah, but at the same
You know,
time,
like, what you're gonna
he was
do with
what
it.
80 something, maybe even in his 90s. Would he even comprehend what he was doing necessarily?
Fair, I guess. I don't know. It's one of those risky things where it's like if you like say like for example, when somebody dies, right, and they write in their will, like you have to follow the will to like a certain degree, but then for example they say like, oh, I leave this person with all that money, and that person takes the money and just decides to just fucking get fucked up on a ton of drugs, like, it's like, okay, you wanted to get the money, maybe you wanted him to like put it in a savings, but he didn't. Like that's not on you to decide. You've already made that commitment,
Yeah.
So it's like James, like giving the voice, probably thinking, oh, like, they're gonna use it for films, and then maybe then he saw an opportunity and go, fuck it, Fortnite, and then did that. I mean, it sucks. It must be funny. I would get so mad though, and then there, you fucking suck. Like a Darth Vader would be like, yo, I'm dead, I'm upset. But no, I find that pretty funny. So lastly, I got two small things. First of all, there's an international hockey tournament happening in Sweden right now, and home team advantage really does mean some stuff when Canada loses to fucking Denmark, of all teams, in the fucking quarterfinals. I was like checking out today. I'm going, they lost. I'm going, even America like won their game versus Finland, but you guys lost to Denmark. So that's really fucking annoying. But my favorite is this. So I'm gonna run you through a hypothetical, Patrick. and I want you to tell me at what point do you decide to just fucking kill yourself, okay?
Immediately.
So, I mean, so you are a Toronto Maple Leafs fan,
Oh,
right?
yes, immediately. I was right the first time.
Right? And basically, you know, the Maple Leafs have not won a cup since 1973. It's been a fucking long time since they won a Stanley Cup. You get this amazing player named Austin Matthews, and you get these other three amazing players called Mitch Marner, William Nylander, and John Tavares. So it's like a core.
They all sound
like,
sexy as fuck.
It's like a core of these four fucking amazing players. They're making 100 points a game, and there's only 82 games in a season. So
Jamal, I'm sold. Roll in the casting couch. Jesus Christ.
So it's like you're making tons of points, right? So now the team is developed. They're ready. The playoffs come in 2019, and you lose in the first round versus like a team that should not beat you. You're like, okay, one off. You know what? Our goalie wasn't very good. Let's change the goalie. Okay, we'll give you a new goaltender, right? 2020, there's no season because of COVID. Okay, 2021, there's a new season, but now you're playing against the Montreal Canadiens, who barely get their way into the playoffs, right? You go up in the playoffs, you have to win 4 games. You go up 3 games to 1. You're thinking, that's it. We're in. We got this. The Canadiens come back and beat you 3 games in a row, and you lose again in the first round. Okay, that sucks. We're gonna run it back. You know, it was a bad year. Bad year. It sucked. We're gonna run it back. Carey Price was in net. He was playing like a god. That's the only reason why they won. Let's run it back. Next year, you do it again. Amazing season. Amazing regular season. You're in the playoffs guaranteed before the season even ends, right? Get to the playoffs. You lose in the first round again. This is the 3rd year now you've lost in the first round. People get a little upset now. The fans get a little bit upset. They're like, listen, guys, what the fuck is going on, guys? Let's fucking get this shit together. Right? It's like, okay. So then you change some more pieces around. You get a new goaltender. You get some new players. But that core, that 4 core players are staying. Those are the guys. You're going to build around these guys, okay? The next year, going to the playoffs again. This is now 2022. You win the first round. You're like, oh, that's it. We finally got out the first round. We got it. And then you lose the next round. You lose in 5 games. You're out.
God.
Right? So then next year, once again, you're killing it. Regular season, fucking amazing. You get you get out of the first round again. You're like, okay, out of the first round again. Perfect. You play Boston. And you lose in game 7 when you were up 3 goals in the 3rd period. You lose in overtime. And one of the guys, that core 4, misses the player because he was not skating fast enough to catch him, scores the overtime goal. You lose again. Now everyone's fucking pissed. Now they're pissed, right? So you change the coach. You fire the coach. You get a new coach. This coach is really fucking, you play bad, you're benched. He's very like fucking tough on his team, all this shit. You're first place in your division. There are 8 teams in each division. You're first place in your division. You fought hard for that division. You get into the first round versus Ottawa this year. Fucking wipe them out. 6 games, done. Second round, you play against Florida. The first 2 games are in Toronto. You fucking kill them in your house. You're up 2-0. You go to Florida, you lose 2 games. Okay. You almost won that 3rd game in overtime, but they got a lucky bounce and went in. Okay, fine. So then, now it's tied 2-2, but you're thinking, we're going back to Toronto. We just won the last 2 games in Toronto. We got this. They lose 6-1 in their own house. The fans were so mad, they threw a jersey on the fucking ice. The guy took his shirt off and threw the jersey on the ice.
He'd rather freeze.
honestly, right? So now the Panthers are up 3-2. Now you're going back to Tampa Bay, to Florida, and you're thinking, oh, it's over. Maple Leafs are gonna lose. But no, they go to Florida. They win 2-0. The goalie who just got fucking beat up 6-1 now shuts out the exact same team 2-0. Now you're going back to Toronto. It's game 7. For the last 6 fucking years, you've gone to game 7 with Tampa Bay, with Florida, with Boston, and with Montreal. And you're thinking to yourself, oh my god, is this going to happen again? Please, for the love of God, do not let it happen again. 6-1 you lose. You lose 6-1
Oh my
in your
God.
own house. As someone who's a Montreal fan, this was my favorite day of the year. I was watching the game and I'm going, I can't believe it. This is gonna fucking happen again. They're gonna fucking lose again in Game 7. How the fuck? And my favorite part is that four core players, the four core that you're thinking, oh my god, fucking amazing, all these players, whatever. The Montreal Canadiens were also in the playoffs this year. Cole Caulfield, which is one of our best players, played 5 games before they got eliminated by the Washington Capitals in the first round. So that means they only played 5 games. Austin Matthews was the captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs, who makes double the money that Cole Caulfield makes, by the way. Double the money. Has scored less goals than Caulfield has. And he's played 6 less. He's played 13 games. Cole Caulfield played 5, and he scored more goals than he did. Someone's getting fired. I don't know who, but someone's gonna get fired. So at what point do you kill yourself? Because I think now you kill yourself. It's
Well,
the last
I've
6 years
killed
in a row.
myself several times in this scenario already, but what's one more? Let's go.
Dude, I'm telling you, they're the laughing stock of the NHL right now. That every year you kill it in the regular season. These guys are scoring points like it's their fucking like it's not even a thought. Mitch Marner has 101 points. Austin Matthews scoring goals like it's nobody's fucking business. They get to the playoffs and they're ghosts. You can't even fucking find them anywhere. It's the funniest thing. And the meme that's going around is that, you know, when you play sports, you're supposed to be sweaty, right? So there's like a moment where there's a camera who caught Mitch Marner yelling at the team, saying, "Wake the fuck up." This guy's hair looked like he just got out of bed. Dry, not a bead of sweat on his skin. They're like, "Why are you telling him to wake up? You are not even fucking skating, my buddy. You're dry. Like, have you skated today?" Like, he was dry. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. So just to see them lose again, to see the fans at home, you see them outside of the Scotiabank Arena, watching the game on the big screen in fucking silence. It was the most beautiful thing. As a Habs fan, I was hard. I'll admit it. I was hard. Because that was my favorite moment to watch. I was like, oh yes, Toronto. Every year you say it's your year, plan the parade. Here comes the Stanley Cup, and every year you get your shit pushed in by the same 5 teams. It's been Florida twice, been Tampa Bay twice, it's been Montreal and Boston. Every year you get killed by one of the teams in your division that you hate most. Especially the Canadiens. You lose to the Canadiens? Dude, they were up 3-1. You need to win 1 game. We won 3 games straight with a team that was pretty garbage, to be honest with you. Our team wasn't that great, and we somehow beat you. And I'm going, that's depressing. This is automatic. So, anyways, found it very funny. I'm sad for Canada. That really does suck because they were doing very well this hockey season. But you know that's what it is. That is really like what it is as hockey goes. Sometimes you just need 1 game. If I'll have a bad game that day and they win, what are you gonna do? So congratulations to Denmark. I hope that they win the whole thing now. That'd be fucking funny. And yeah. So with that being said, this is Flabbergasted by Audacity. I'm Jamal.
I'm Patrick.
And we'll see you guys
The decision rests with you. Rests with you.